Hey, everybody. Welcome into the building. It's Wednesday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. Before I get into tonight's topics, y'all know I'll talk politics over here when I have to, but I really don't like to. But I will say this, rest in peace to this Charles Kirk. Right? I'm saying his name correctly. When did we get to where we all can't just have our own opinion and we can agree to disagree? This man had a family. It's just super, super sad. I don't even know what else to say about it. Besides, it's just incredibly sad. And I don't really care what he believed in, didn't believe in. It's just sad. So Charlie Kirk, rest in peace. Just the world has gotten so crazy, and it's just very sad. I don't even know what else to say about it. At this time, praying for his family, because I want to say he had a wife and kids, right? But anyway, guys, so sad. Let's move on. Okay, so trending topics tonight, Wednesday, and my title is Speak Your Mind. So regardless these stories I go through, regardless of how many facts we have, don't have, we are actually going to speak our mind about the subject. And if later on some additional information come out and we get additional information, then we could change what we said. But tonight, we're going to speak our mind. That's what we're going to do tonight, people. We're going to speak our mind. So this 9-year-old, what jail do you put a 9-year-old in? I'm unclear, but he got arrested. 9-year-old got arrested because he took the pow from his uncle's house and took it on the school bus and was showing the kids. And the kids, thank God, they alerted the bus driver. Bus driver called the cops. The cops got on the bus. The cops arrested him. But I'm just trying to figure out how the kid gets arrested and gets all of these charges. But in the meantime, the uncle and the adults don't get arrested. I'm confused. Because that latest one that pow, where was he at? I forgot. He pow the people, and they was coming for his mother. He went to the school, and the mother worked at the school. And they was harassing the mother, and he was grown. So why are the parents and the uncle for this 9-year-old getting arrested also? We're gonna talk about it. So last night they aired the Tyler Perry Accusers interview. We're gonna take a listen and dissect it. Listen, a lot of times when we dissect these things, the people be like, oh, don't victim shame, don't this, don't that. I'm not victim shaming, but I got questions. Listen, all of us know, if somebody come today and say, Diva, go to the Mercedes-Benz dealer and pick out whatever car truck you want, obviously I'm going to say to myself, okay, this person likes me. They want something from me. They want to give me something. 9 times out of 10, people are not giving you something for nothing. They want something. And you're not that clueless about them wanting something from you. Tara, I appreciate you. You starting off my night nice and right. I appreciate you. Much love. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for supporting the diva. I appreciate you. So when they give you something, you know they want something in return. So we're gonna listen to the interview because Tyler Perry got him a new car. Then he invites you over to the house. Y'all drinking. He get the touching on you. It's crazy. It's insane. Too good to leave you now said in Florida, 7-year-old and under can't be arrested. Well, you know, it's a sad day in the neighborhood when a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old, they're doing things that can be arrested, that they can be arrested for. It's bananas to me. But you know, I did a video earlier and I said these black men, and people was like, Diva, it's not just black men. I easier to talk about my culture because I know about my culture. So that's why I'm just saying these black men love to give away their money. They love to toss their money to the wind. Except when it comes to a black woman, even the black woman that gave birth to their child, they don't want to give them a dime. But other than that, they just tossing their money to the wind. The football player lost $57K. Some people don't even make $57,000 a year. He lost $57K because he wanted to spit on somebody. Shannon Sharp has kids. Gabby got $20 million because he don't know how to control his sexual desires. And Tyler Perry, he about to give up the cash. Because like I told y'all the other day, at the very least, he violated some labor laws. But we'll get into it. And this story right here just tells you that we come so far, but we still got a long way to go. At Cracker Barrel, one of the workers was called a burnt biscuit by the co-workers. A burnt biscuit. And they complained to HR. Next thing you know, they were fired. So now they suing, and I don't blame them. Listen, people, we about to get into this story, so I got to bring the people on in the building. Y'all know what I need in the chat. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Wednesday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title's called Speak Your Mind. We got the 9-year-old got cleaned up. And wait, a 9-year-old was resisting arrest. What's going on with this 9-year-old? We got the Tyler Perry accuser, and we got the Cracker Barrel situation. Let me bring the people on in. Hey, Julius.
Hey, y'all. Hit the like button.
Hey, Callie.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Diva. Hey, panel. Hey, chat.
All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get in more into this story. Excuse me. We're going to get more into this story. Let's just go ahead and knock out this Tyler Perry situation. We're going to hear this Derek Dixon speak first. Let me see where I got Derek Dixon at. Did I click out? No. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Welcome back, everyone. Now to our ABC News exclusive. Tyler Perry accuser Derek Dixon sits down in a TV interview for the first time, sharing allegations of workplace sexual assault and harassment. In June, he filed a $260 million lawsuit against the media mogul. These are claims that Tyler Perry denies. But Dixon says he's speaking out now to try to stop a billionaire who won't stop themselves. What made you decide to come forward with your story?
I wanted to speak out and not stay silent about it anymore.
Actor Derek Dixon sitting down for his first television interview since filing a $260 million lawsuit against media mogul Tyler Perry, detailing the alleged sexual harassment and assaults he says he endured.
That's when he pushed me up against the wall and grabbed my ass again.
Dixon starred as Dale in Tyler Perry's BET series, The Oval.
Why are you yelling? I'm in this too, remember? You're not in it. Did you get shot at? No, I actually got shot.
He appeared in 85 episodes between 2021 and 2025. Tell us about the first time you ever met Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I met him at his studio opening party in 2019. I was working for an events company, and we met, and he said to me, are you an actor? And I said, well, not right now. I'm working on it, but not right now. And he said, yeah, you are. We need to talk. You should get my number and we'll talk about this.
Did any of your initial interactions give you pause?
A few of them were, did give me pause, but they weren't bad enough to think like this was a dangerous situation in the beginning. Yeah. According
to your lawsuit, at one point early on, he bought you a car.
Yeah, he'd seen my Jeep around the studio that I was driving, and he said, that's not a great car.
Tyler Perry.
He bought you a car and you was just like, oh, this is the norm?
He is an actor, producer, director, playwright, and prominent name in the entertainment space. He launched his career in the 1990s.
You want this half? You want this half?
His 2005 breakthrough film, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, debuted at #1 in the box office and was a massive success. To date, he's created 24 feature films, 20 stage plays, 17 television shows, and 2 New York Times best-selling books. In 2021, his prolific career earned him a spot in the exclusive Billionaires Club. His media empire includes his own production company, Tyler Perry Studios, based in Atlanta, one of the largest film studios in the country.
I'm not trying to do anything other than meet somebody at their humanity.
As his career has flourished, he's also made a name for himself in the philanthropic space. So in early 2020, you land the role of Dale on The Oval. Was that a dream job?
It was, yeah. It was. To be a series regular on a show was something I always dreamed about.
The complaint includes multiple screenshots of text messages allegedly between Dixon and Perry.
Picture where he's on the jet ski. Well, I said, nice picture. And he said, yeah, the water looks calm. And he said, nice picture. You don't see that stud in that picture? Rude. And I said, LOL, yes, that's a stud. And all these texts, I tried to de-escalate them and make a joke out of them.
Some of the messages more sexual in nature.
One of them says, what's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that in therapy yet? I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you.
Now, the complaint also alleges that in January of 2020, there was an escalation from the text messages to Tyler Perry's behavior becoming physical. Mm-hmm. Can you explain that first alleged incident?
Yes. We were over at his house. We're having some drinks in his guest house, and it was late at night, and he has a guest quarters, mm-hmm. and said that you can sleep there instead of not driving. And his house is far from Atlanta and where I was living. And I got into bed, and then I noticed that he climbed into bed with me as well and started rubbing my leg. And I jumped up out of bed, and he has said, turn around so I can look at you, and just commented on how I looked. And then he got up and left. So I thought after that instance, it was pretty clear that I was not interested in that type of a relationship. It was very, very strange. I mean, I think it's okay that people try to make a move or shoot their shot, but if they get rejected, I think that they should stop. And so I thought it would stop after that, and it didn't.
At the end of the second season, Dale gets shot in the chest 4 times. Why was that especially concerning for you?
What it meant to me was if I don't make him happy, I could stay dead on the show.
And the complaint specifically says, and I just want to quote it, Mr. Perry made it clear to Mr. Dixon that he would kill off Mr. Dixon's character if he did not indulge Mr. Perry's sexual harassment. Was that message clear to you?
For me, that was his way of showing his power over over us and our careers, and that he doesn't have a problem with just killing one of us off.
You're also a screenwriter and had written a TV series called Losing It. Tell us about that.
He ended up wanting to read it, and I at first was like too embarrassed to even send to him, but he did, and he said he loved it and wanted to shoot the pilot for it.
All right, let's go to June of 2021, another alleged incident that you outline in your lawsuit where you're again at Tyler Perry's home in Atlanta, and it ends up with you locking yourself in a bathroom.
Mm-hmm. We started out having drinks in the living room like we, have done before. And it got to a point in the night where, we were both kind of feeling drunk. And I remember we were walking back to the guest area where I've stayed before. And there was this health monitor scale on the way. And I was like, what is that? And he said, well, you have to be in your underwear to measure, whatever. So you should do it. He reached down and pulled my underwear down and grabbed my ass. And I, tried to stop him and pull back my underwear up. And he kind of grabbed my arms and said, no, it's okay. Just go with it. And I said, stop. I don't want to be naked. I don't want this. And he was just like, no, I'm not going to hurt you. And just continued. And in that moment, unless someone's been through something where they have their control over their bodies taken away, you don't really understand the kind of feelings that you get in that moment. It was almost like every thought came through my head: to run, to fight, to freeze. I didn't know what to do.
He says he de-escalated and distracted Perry and eventually locked himself alone in the guest house bathroom.
The day after that, he called several times, and I ended up getting afraid of what was going on the other side. So I picked up, and that's when he said, he was sorry for what happened. He doesn't know why he did that, and that maybe he was self-sabotaging or something. And in the same call, he said, and don't worry, we're going to do your show.
In the lawsuit, you describe this as a calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry. There are also several times where he says to you, you have to make your no stronger. Mm-hmm. How did you respond to this, as it's described, calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry?
To me, that's just so insulting. And I reiterated, I said stop. I said it. I don't think that people ever get past something like that happening to them.
Dixon tells us he last spoke to Perry in the spring of 2024 and left the show in September of that year. What ultimately became of your pilot, Losing It?
Yeah, it hasn't gone anywhere. He still owns the rights to it. So I can't now go and sell it.
Then in January, the actor filed a complaint with the EEOC, the federal agency responsible for protecting workers from discrimination. In your response to your EEOC complaint, Tyler's representative said, among other things, Mr. Dixon's initial letter to TPS, Tyler Perry Studios, about its matter demanded $42.5 million to buy his silence. They described your actions as extortion. Mm-hmm. Were you looking for money to buy your silence?
No, I think I was looking for accountability on to what he did. I think what he did was wrong, and it needed to be something that would deter him from doing this to somebody else, another actor, or in the future.
What kind of a toll would you say that this has all taken on you?
I was extremely anxious. The calls got to a point where the calls and texts were almost every day. Just this constant state of like, if I don't answer, I will lose my job. I'll be fired or killed off the show. It took a huge toll on my anxiety and depression.
You're asking in your lawsuit for damages totaling $260 million. How did you arrive at that number?
Part of that number is my lost job, my lost income, the loss of the show. The other part of that is a deterrent for, how do you stop a billionaire who won't stop themselves from doing this?
How difficult has it been to tell your truth?
It's been hard. It's a vulnerable thing to talk about, I think, for anybody. There's a lot of shame, I think, around it. And just trying to think what you could have done better and having to deal with the judgment of what, everyone might think of how you could have handled it better without being in that situation.
Perry has not yet responded in court filings. In a statement to ABC News, his lawyer called Dixon a, quote, individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam, and that Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. If you were to talk to Tyler Perry right now, what would you say?
I would say, I hope that you take accountability for what happened. And I hope that this has taught you not to treat your employees this way and to never use someone's dream to coerce them into a relationship that's not professional.
What would justice look like for you?
Justice would look like thinking that I've made a change and that something like this won't happen to another actor that works for him or another actor in the industry. That would be justice for me.
Our thanks to Derek Dixon for the conversation.
Julius, your thoughts?
Now, y'all know I love me my white chocolate. But I have to, wait and see, like I said before. Because if history has taught us anything, case in point, look at Christian Keys. He was screaming from the mountaintops. Tyler Perry did this to me. Tyler Perry did that. He was in the bed to me and with me, and then he did that. And he was screaming about it. And then all of a sudden, on the next life, he talked about, oh yeah, me and Tyler Perry are good. That's it. We have to wait and see. Because we have to remember, these dudes with money, as the saying goes, money talks, BS walks. I think he's about to receive some dough. Don't know the exact amount, but he about to receive some money.
Thank you. Callie, your thoughts?
As someone else had pointed out to me, there are a few eerie similarities between this and Christian Keys. Now, it's possible that this behavior is pathological. It's also possible that he took bits and pieces of this story and him being a writer concocted this tale together. I'm still a little bit confused as to how he got the rights to his script. The fact that this is the same thing with the girl with Cardi B. Yes, I believe something appropriate happened, but the fact that someone's asking for so much money leads me to believe that maybe this whole thing has been made bigger than what it actually was. Now, the whole thing about him buying cars, we've heard about Tyler Perry buying people cars. So I don't really know. I thought maybe he would just do it for like celebrities that he was fans of, but maybe, I don't know. I don't work there, so I don't really know what's going on over there as far as these cars. This could be a thing that he just does like as a bonus or something, and this man is kind of making it seem as though it's something that it's not. It also could have been that maybe they did have a little something going on and the thing didn't work out right with the script. So now I'm going to reframe everything as though I was taken advantage of, when maybe in reality I went into this situation knowing that you were interested in me before I even worked there. So I don't know. It's something a little weird with this, because at the end of the day, we can say what we want. This is not an openly gay man. So for someone who's not even openly gay to be doing something like this, This is a lot. I don't know. It's something's fishy here. I'm not saying that Tyler Perry is above it or that he wouldn't do something like this. I don't know the man, but I'm just looking at this whole claim here and the fact that this person's asking for $200 and something million as though his script was the next Game of Thrones. There's something fishy with this story.
Well, here's the thing, because tonight's title is Speak Your Mind. I'm going to say this. At best, it was definitely an inappropriate employer-employee work situation. You should not be texting your employee talking about you horny. You should not be texting your employee talking about sending a picture of yourself saying you see that stud in the picture. So at the very least, he broke some employer-employee rules for sure. Do I think if I heard that Tyler Perry was buying everybody that worked for him a car, I'd be like, okay. But the fact that you just met him, he saw your Jeep, I'm sure there were plenty other people on that set that were probably walking there or had beat down cars. And I'm sure all of them didn't get to go to the Kia dealer to get themselves a new car. Something in the water ain't clean. I think this $260 million came from his lawyer because these lawyers can be greedy. But I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire. And this is not the first accusation story that has come out about Tyler Perry in the Men. In my opinion, your thoughts?
I'm with you. I feel like this has been a story that we've been waiting to break for a while because of all the rumors. The only thing that I have a problem with is, was he a willing participant at the time? And now things have fell apart. You're not a willing participant.
Right.
That's my only thing. I think I would hope that this man has his ducks in a row. I would think any good lawyer would tell him to shut your mouth and keep your mouth quiet and not do no interviews yet. Because you can tank the case before we go to court. Although I love hearing the gossip, but thank you for letting me know. If you really want to win your case, you'll try your case in court and not in public opinion. Because public opinion can't get you no money. It's the court room. And if we've seen anything, that's what happened to Diddy. His case got tried in public instead of in the court. So, and with all the stuff that's going around with this industry, we already know how the industry is. Okay? They're getting it from somebody. Whether men or the women, they're getting it from somebody. Okay? You come in, you sign up for a job, and you may get a little more than you bargained for. It is what it is. You know what? I just feel like something else is going on in this case too that we don't know about. And I can't that hard to drop because everybody talk about it. Nobody say no names or they retract it. That lets me know it's some money being involved, exchange. And if you ain't did nothing wrong, you wouldn't be exchanging no money. Now, I believe he probably getting a little greedy with his money. And they probably did offer him a sum of money and he didn't take it. He still think he gonna win this $260 million. And I say, good luck to you. And we'll see when you go to court.
We shall see. Thank you. In my opinion, Wayne, your thoughts?
I agree with my opinion. You know, he doing all this talking. You know, and I think it was good till it wasn't good. Because when you don't want to be bothered with somebody, you ain't taking gifts from them.
Okay, come on, talk to the people, Wayne.
You know what's going on. Okay, you wrote a script, and now it's like, oh, he's gonna do my whatever he said he's gonna do a script and all this other kind of stuff, and you know all these kind of promises. And I just think it was good till it wasn't.
Mm.
And now this man's a billionaire, and what's happening. And sure, I think there was a relationship and an inappropriate one.
Mm.
But you a grown ass man, and right from the jump when somebody's coming on to you, especially with a vehicle, somebody just gonna give you, they don't even know you. So I'm not saying Tyler Perry ain't wrong. I don't know what he did, but I think a lot of this was consensual, because when you don't want to be bothered with somebody, you know how to nip it in the bud. But when you want your career more than you want, how do I want to say it? He wanted his career. So I think he did what he did, thought that was going to boost his career. And whatever went on, why he maybe not interested in him anymore, maybe it was a little boy toy, Tyler got tired of him or whatever. But I don't think this was this all-out assault. And now you're talking about $260 million and talking about, well, you'd hope it's a deterrent. No, that's crazy. I think right along with Kristen Keys, I think, maybe Tyler wasn't going to do his movie or whatever. And now he everything but a child of God. He's showing all the texts. He said this, that, and the other, so forth and so on. So, but he bought it on himself, because you shouldn't be doing that in the workplace. No way. But at the same time, if you think you're going to get $260 million from Tyler Perry, I think you got another thought coming. That's it.
48. I thought that Beauty in Black was a bit much. I couldn't even finish watching it. I thought he was doing too much, but that's me, right? I'm not the biggest fan of the Tyler Perry works. But again, that's me. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah. I'm with Wayne. This man wanted to work more and he lost his dignity. Because me, myself, personally, if you ain't tried me one time, I'm not going to give you a chance to try me again. And especially if I've told you that I'm not into this or whatsoever and you still trying, I will leave and go work at McDonald's. I'll work at Dillard's. I'll work at Sears. But you kept coming back. You said you got drunk before and he tried you. So why you at his house drinking again to do the same thing? And he was sitting up there looking like Justice Smollett to me because his eyes was not even focused on the camera. The way Justice Smollett was looking when I first seen him on ABC, I said, this man right here lying. But this man right here sitting up there looking the same way, like he took pieces from that from Kristen Key's lawsuit and added it to his. And I'm not saying Tyler Perry didn't do this. Don't get me wrong. Because I wasn't there. But my thing is, why did you stay there for a job? If you're that good of an actor, you could have worked anywhere else. There's plenty of other studios you could have went to. There's plenty of other people that you could have went under. But you stayed there. You stayed there for a reason. You stayed there for a reason because of Tyler Perry having this history of doing things that I ain't never heard. I ain't never seen it, and I'm just going by what people say. But you stayed there for a reason. The same reason why when Michael Jackson settled his first case, then you bring another person come up trying to do the same thing. But then again, Michael Jackson fought it and won. Because once you get that stigma on you, they always go back thinking they can do the same thing again to another person. Because if Michael Jackson was like that, why you bringing your children around? Why are you letting your children spend a night there? Be for real. You did it for a paycheck. You did it. I mean, these people are insane. It's Hollywood, as they say it. But me, myself, personally, if this man had tried me and I told him I don't go that way, I'm not staying at no job. And I'm not going to keep keeping it quiet and all this until now your script didn't go through. And now he did all these things to you. Why he didn't do all these things to you before the script didn't go through? I'm not, like I said, he might have did. I don't know. Because people lie all the time. But Tyler Perry got enough money to have your lawyer tied up in court then you're going to run out of money and he's still going to have his. But if he wanted to settle with this man and this man said he wanted $47,000 at first and you didn't get that, so okay, let me go up to $200,000. Let me bring this out in the public so he will settle with me. But you see that he's not selling as of now, but we don't know into the future. But I think the guy is putting pieces and pieces together. I'm not saying that he wasn't assaulted or he didn't go that route. And yes, Tyler Perry bought Tiffany Haddish her first Tesla because she told him she liked Tesla and she walked outside and he had got her one. So I'm saying it's not, unusual for him to buy people cars. But this man have this type of feelings towards you. I don't want the car. I keep driving my beat up Jeep. So you can't hold nothing over my head. You wanted the riches and then you couldn't get it the way you wanted, and now you're here suing. But we'll see how it go in court. That's all I got.
And Diva, and if he pays, or if he settles, there go the floodgates.
Well, like what I keep saying is that he's going to pay something because he broke some labor laws. Who here ever got a text from their boss with a picture and the boss asking you, do you see that stud in that picture? Who here got a text from their boss talking about I'm horny? He broke some labor laws, so he's going to pay something. So, and this man has his text messages. He got the receipts. Do I think there was blurred lines? I do. But unfortunately, the onus is on Tyler Perry. Now, if they was two co-workers, it'd be a whole different story. But Tyler Perry is the boss. And that's the whole thing they kept saying in the Diddy trial. He was the one with the money. He was intimidating them, so forth and so on. But the big difference with this is Tyler Perry was his boss. He's going to pay. I don't know how much he's going to pay, but he's going to pay. Do I think this man tooted the line? Yeah, I do. 100%. Because he knew early on what Tyler Perry wanted from him. He went to his house. He accepted that car. That doesn't mean you should get violated, but it does mean you knew what was good. You knew what he wanted. And you say you kept trying to navigate the text. Well, you could have navigated the text from home. Why go over to his house? Why stay the night at somebody's house that you clearly know wants you in a different way? So
he can come out with this lawsuit that he's doing now?
Yeah, I don't think it was just 100% about the lawsuit. I think he wanted the job, he wanted the benefits of this, but then, like most people do, they wake up with regrets, and then they want to come to the general public and they want us to give them a refund for playing with the devil. Just like all the people in Diddy's orbit, they was playing with the devil because they wanted these benefits. And then they woke up one day and they felt guilty. And now they want to go back and rewrite history. When you play games, you got to be prepared for the prizes that you're going to get. So his text messages, you can tell he tooted the line. But even if we never got any text messages, Tyler Perry bought cars for his friends. He wasn't buying cars for the employees. Let's be clear. Gayle King and Oprah are his good friends. Yeah, he bought them cars. But there's nowhere you're going to tell me where he was just randomly buying employees' cars. He was not. Boyfriend was tooting the line. He was playing with it. And he was like, I was just navigating the messages because I need a job. He claimed to us, I listened to the people. He claimed to us that he met Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry asked him, was he an actor? He said, no, not really. He said, you are now. So then later on, he said he always wanted to be in a TV series. Sir, you got to pull it together because I'm listening to the words that are coming out your mouth. He said, Tyler Perry said, take my number. You an actor. But I'm going to move forward and see how his case go. But one thing I do know for sure, he's going to get some money. He's going to get some money because Tyler Perry was the employer. So I'm going to move forward to this story with the 9-year-old. The 9-year-old comes to school with a pow. It was the uncles. They arrested a 9-year-old. I don't even know what facility do you lock a 9-year-old up in. And they don't arrest the uncle and the parents. I'm confused. But that's me and my confusion. Let's listen to this story.
A 9-year-old is accused of bringing this loaded gun on.
Hold on one second.
A 9-year-old is accused of bringing this loaded gun onto a school bus this morning.
Ocala police say the boy hid it in his clothes. Other kids on board saw it and said something. That bus was on its way to College Park Elementary School in Ocala. And that's where we find Fox 35's Marie Ettinger live tonight. So, Marie, police say that boy swiped this gun yesterday.
Right, and brought it on the bus this morning. That bus was only a half-mile away from the school when police say they finally stopped it and got the boy and the gun off. That is how close a call this was. The Ocala Police Department says the 9-year-old resisted them at first, but eventually admitted he took this loaded .38 caliber revolver from a, quote, relative's secured bedroom on Sunday. Students on the bus saw it and reported it to the bus driver, who called police. We spoke with a parent who said he heard about it on the news before the school sent out this alert.
We were still on the road coming back home from dropping them off. I would have turned right back around.
Police say the boy told him he'd hid the gun in his clothing before he got on the bus Monday, and that he was showing it off to other students, but didn't intend to hurt anyone. But it isn't the kid's intent that has people worried. It's what could have happened.
He's showing it off, meaning he's playing with it. A misfire. Innocent person. Dead.
Police say the 9-year-old broke 7 different laws he could face charges for: possession of a firearm on school property, possession of a firearm by a minor, carrying a concealed firearm, armed burglary, grand theft of a firearm, disruption of a school function, and resisting arrest without violence.
And it's sad because I'm 43 years old. When I was in school, I never heard of a gun at my school, ever. And it seems like now it's every day.
Parents we spoke with have been praising the school bus driver and the kids who reported seeing the weapon.
And I know today and the stigma, and it was when I was a kid too, you don't tell on people, you're a snitch. Tell. Keep your friends safe. Keep your family safe.
The Marion County School District echoed that sentiment in a statement saying, parents, please consider this an opportunity to discuss with your students the importance of making positive decisions that have good outcomes. We're grateful our students saw something and said something. Police say this is still an active investigation. They have not said yet whether the adult who actually owns that gun could be criminally charged. Live in Ocala, Marie Ettinger, Fox 35 News.
Marie, thank you. And in Flagler County, deputies say a teenager brought this gun to school and pointed it at another student after class. Deputies say a 15-year-old boy brought this gun to Flagler Palm Coast High School and then pointed it at another student at a nearby McDonald's after school got out. Other students alerted deputies to a video of the incident, and deputies found the gun in that teen's clothes. He's now charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill.
Unbelievable. Hold on, I got a little more information. So, starting young, boy 9 is arrested after taking loaded pow onto a school bus he stole from uncle's nightstand while he was in the shower. The bus driver called 911 after students saw the weapon. Students heading to class might bring their pencils or books on the school bus, but one kid brought a loaded pow. A 9-year-old boy was arrested on Monday after he allegedly stole his uncle's revolver and took it on the bus, police said. The Floridian elementary school student now faces multiple charges, including possession of a firearm on school property and grand theft of a firearm. Thankfully, no one was hurt during the event. The boy took the loaded .38 caliber revolver from his uncle's secured bedroom without permission, the Ocala Police Department said. According to the arrest report, the uncle told cops his nephew knew he had a pow in the apartment where they live, he reported. However, the uncle said he didn't know the boy was aware of the firearm's location. He told the cops he keeps the pow in the top drawer of his nightstand. Police said the pow was stored lawfully in the uncle's room. It wasn't until after the 9-year-old was already on the bus that the uncle noticed that it was missing. The student later admitted to the police that he allegedly took the pow from the nightstand while his uncle was in the shower on Sunday, the arrest report said. He then allegedly hid it in his pocket and brought it on the school bus on Monday. The bus was transporting children to College Park Elementary School in Ocala, about 75 miles northwest of Orlando, Florida. The boy showed the pow to several students on the bus, but he never pointed it at anyone, he told officers. Students then alerted the bus driver, who called 911 to report a child who had a pow while the bus was at the intersection. The pow was found on the floor near the boy's seat on the bus. The juvenile was safely detained after initially resisting officers, the Ocala Police Department said in a statement. The student told the cops he never took the pow out of the holster. He also admitted to showing the firearm to other students, but stated he did not intend to harm anyone, the affidavit said. The boy said he was only going to show the revolver to someone at school if they bullied him, police recounted. His parents reportedly told officers the boy has behavior problems and has become violent before. A school district spokesperson said the student is now facing serious discipline and legal consequences, according to the outlet. He was taken to the Department of Juvenile Justice, now faces 6 charges, police said. Cops praised students for acting quickly by alerting their bus driver. The incident shows why staying vigilant and reporting concerns quickly is critical, the police department said. We will remain committed to supporting our schools and community while we pursue justice. Just sad overall, but I think some adults need to be arrested. Julius, your thoughts?
Yeah, most definitely. It's sad, but why didn't the uncle notice that the nephew took the weapon? That's negligence, is it not?
Oh, come on, you better talk to the people.
So if we're going to have a conversation, let's really talk about it. Let's speak on it, as Candy says. So the adults were negligent, and they want to be in the oopla that the other children took the actions that they did. And that's why their child is now locked up. Now, I assume they're probably not responsible gun owners, because if they were, it would be locked up in a safety box to where the child couldn't get it. Unless it was an emergency, but it wasn't. So, clink up the adults, have them face the same charges. That's it. That's all.
Thank you. Callie, your thoughts?
You know, we really got to start paying attention to the way that they write up these laws. Because I'm starting to find that there's a lot of weird old laws on the book that makes absolutely no sense. And until something happens, we're like, wait a minute, how is this legal? What? So I'm guessing the reason why the child was charged and arrested, because that's the way the law is written. It's not written to charge the weapon owner. That's my guess. I do blame the uncle. I think he was irresponsible with the pow, and you being an owner of such device. Part of that is knowing how to be responsible with it, especially if you have kids in your home or coming to your home. So I definitely think this is the uncle's fault. But, we have to do what the law says. And the law probably was not written with this type of a scenario in mind. It wasn't, and when they wrote this law, they never thought, like, what if some little kid gets a family member's, like, no, they're thinking about a teenage boy who's in a gang. That's probably who the law was written for. So this is crazy. I hope these charges are dropped. I doubt if the uncle would be charged with anything unless the DA can somehow whittle something together to charge him with. Because it is my suspicion that whatever they're in Florida, the law probably doesn't work that way. So hopefully they will drop these charges and figure out what's going on with this kid, because obviously he's being bullied. And I think that people are way too dismissive of that. We got people running around 50 years old still traumatized because they were bullied when they were 9. Yeah, but that's all I got on this one.
Thank you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So as a Popeye owner, he should have known that the thing should have been locked up and secured where nobody can get to it. So this is his fault as the person who owns this Popeye. Your right is to have it, but you have to have it locked up and secured and out of reach of children. The top of your nightstand is not out of the reach of no child. A 3-year-old can get in the top of your nightstand. I'm so tired of these people, and they twist the law to fit whatever narrative they want them to have at any point in time. I do feel like there should be some consequences for that little boy taking it, because right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care how you swing it. He has to have some kind of punishment for his crime. But I do think this uncle, okay, he took it on Sunday night. So you mean tell me you didn't check on Sunday night when you got out the shower? You didn't check? You didn't check the morning before the boy got on the bus? You didn't check? All of a sudden, coincidentally, you checked after he left off the bus, and then you knew. But you didn't call nobody. So again, he's putting people's lives in danger, because the little boy would have never had it had he had it locked up in a locked safe like it's supposed to be.
Thank you. In my opinion, Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, that's unfortunate that happened. You know, but thank God nobody got hurt. The boy, it wasn't malicious in doing this. And we want them to be in jail, the uncle to be in jail. He made a mistake. And again, like I said, thank God nobody got hurt. But Becky throws her baby in the trash can, and she's walking around. She took the life. And yes, this could have been very tragic. Okay, but it wasn't. Okay, the boy had a gun. Nothing malicious. He shouldn't have had it. And also in Florida, I think I read the law. It's against the law to sell a gun to a minor. But it's not against the law for a minor to have a gun. So I'm not saying that for that, but I'm saying that's the kind of some of the crazy laws you have. But it's a teaching moment. It didn't happen. He needs to get some counseling. I don't think that the uncle needs to go to jail. Sure, it could have been worse, but it wasn't. That's it.
Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I'm with Wayne on this one. The reason why I say that is because, and I blame the parents, because they're saying now that this child was having problems. He was a difficult child. So if your child was a difficult child, why you didn't try to get him counseling? And maybe he's being difficult because he's getting bullied at school. So when the police showed up, he told him, he said, I wasn't planning on hurting him, but I wanted to show it to the person that was bullying me at school. So maybe why your child is acting out is because of how he's getting treated at school, and he's bringing that turmoil home. And the thing of it is, he showed them the gun. I mean, the pow pow. And the other kids told them whatsoever. And in the state of Florida, if you have a pow pow, and you're supposed to keep it secured in a secured locked box, so the uncle didn't do his part. And then he knew if he knew that his nephew knew a pow pow was in there, he should have made sure that it was secure. So based on what they're saying, I guess they'll have him in juvenile or whatsoever, but which I don't think should happen. Yeah, I think he should get, like, um some counseling, or to be held for something. But I don't think this child should be going to jail for something that could have been prevented by a grown person, because the grown person had it locked up with the key and all that type of stuff. The child couldn't got it. And I'm not saying that that what the child did was correct, but as we say, this is a child. This is a 9-year-old. He's not even 10. This is a baby. And I'm glad that he had enough sense not to pull the trigger on the bus or whatsoever. So if he was planning on hurting somebody, I think he would have never showed them kids. And then he probably looking at it to show them that, look, I got a pow or something, because our kids love to brag. But I'm thinking that they should have gave that child some counseling before now, and maybe he wouldn't be going through what he's going. And maybe he told them that he was getting bullied at school. Did anybody try to help him with that? For that child to feel like he had to take a pow to school to show this person that he had this, so they wouldn't bully him no more, then nothing has been done. So he's trying to handle this situation on his own. And they said that he was he's a difficult child. No child is difficult if you sit down and show them the way. It won't be difficult for them. It'll be easy. But they dropped the ball on this baby. That's all I got.
All right, I'm gonna roll in. I'll stay connected to this story to see what happens to this 9-year-old. But we're gonna roll into the Cracker Barrel situation where the person was called a burnt biscuit. When they spoke up to management, they got fired.
Black server at Cracker Barrel near Nashville, Tennessee, is suing the company for racial discrimination.
Hold on one second. I didn't mean to play that one. Give me a minute. I got to go back to it. I had the wrong video queued up. I'm going to go in. Hold on one second. I'll queue up the right video in a minute, but I'll go to this first. So a black server at Cracker Barrel was called burnt biscuit, racist slurs, then fired after making an HR complaint. And now they are suing. And I say rightfully so. So a black server at Cracker Barrel restaurant near Nashville is accusing the company of retaliation, claiming she was fired after she complained that co-workers were insulting her with slurs like burnt biscuit, according to the lawsuit filed last month. Roberta Mendez, a longtime server who was hired at Cracker Barrel in 2015, alleged she was treated less favorably than her white counterparts, according to the suit, which was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Tennessee. White employees at the restaurant regularly called her nappy-headed and burnt biscuit, monkey, and a bee. And Mendez was also physically pushed and hit at work, the complaint said. Management at the Tennessee location went so far as to segregate its black workers from the white ones, according to the suit. Some of the remarks came directly from supervisors like Trey Thomas, a shift leader at the Cracker Barrel restaurant, who on multiple occasions told Mendez, "I don't like black people," the suit said. Cracker Barrel did not immediately respond to the Post's request for a comment. Mendez says she reported these incidents to her managers, assistant managers, and the store general manager, Jack Cannell. But she wrote up Mendez after her complaint in 2023, according to the suit. When Mendez reached out to Cracker Barrel's human resources team with concerns that the write-up was retaliatory, they simply told her not to sign it, the lawsuit alleged. Around August 2024, Mendez submitted an official complaint to the company's corporate HR department regarding her treatment and the treatment of other black employees at her location, according to the lawsuit. The following month, she was fired for allegedly breaking company policy, though none of her white co-workers were terminated for similar or worse conduct, the complaint alleged. The lawsuit does not provide details on alleged behavior that led to Mendez firing, claiming that she always met or exceeded performance expectations. Mendez is seeking her job back. I wouldn't want my job back. Or front pay for wages, as well as compensation for lost wages and benefits, attorney fees, and damages for violating Title, 8 or 7 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits employment discrimination based on race. This is horrific. But I do not like that restaurant, and I do not eat at that restaurant. Julia, speak while I pull back up the video I was trying to queue up.
My. Double standards and preferable, privilege at its finest. And the said person who made the complaint, and what happened? They was terminated. I guess when you speak out against the machine will always find a way to strike back. And it's a shame that this person does deserve to be compensated. I do feel she has a case.
Callie, your thoughts?
I hope she gets her money because this is just a mess. I mean, I have worked with some people who maybe slipped up and said something, or maybe they started joking with someone who was Black, and that person made them feel like they could say and do certain things that they really couldn't. But for someone to be this blatant at a job, and then for it to be reported and the company decide to not do anything, they deserve to be sued. I mean, most companies, especially this being corporate, they get real scared when stuff like this starts happening, and they just want to settle and make it go away. So I'm surprised that it was all this like fooling around and going backwards and forward, and I don't know what in the world is going on. All I can say is that I hope that she gets her money, and these people who were doing this don't need to be hired nowhere, because not only are they racist, they're a liability to anybody that hires them. Because if you go somewhere acting like this, you're going to get these people sued. Yeah.
Ooh, thank you, Callie. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Child, this is when we know who antagonized these people to come out and speak their mind. I'm not gonna say his name. We already know. Since he been in office, he's been emboldening these people to speak their mind and speak it clear and loud. She a good one. She really is. I'm gonna tell her that she's a good one, because it couldn't have been me. Okay, I'd had to drag somebody. I'd had to stump somebody else. Yeah, it couldn't have been me. Okay, I wouldn't have got the money, because I would have had to get my money out there behind. I don't like this. I hate it when I hear these derogatory terms, whether it's at someone of color or someone not of color. I just don't like it. I feel like there's no need to call somebody outside of their name or their race or any of that stuff. Like that has nothing to do with it. We have no choice in how we were born. So don't you bring that up in an argument at all. I don't understand why she wants to come back and work there. Okay, I'm just now. If she listening, you don't want to go back there. Okay, you asked it for a round 2. Don't go back there. Okay, don't do that. I like so many times people sit there and take it, and people, you show people how to treat you. So hopefully her actions is gonna show these people how to treat the next Black person that's there, or the next person of color that's there. I don't like it at all, though.
I don't like it either. Wayne, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm with opinion on that one. I just don't see how.
Wayne, I think I don't hear you. Did I lose everybody? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. I don't hear Wayne.
Here.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah, okay, then Katrina, go ahead, because we can't hear Wayne.
Yes, I already told y'all last time you brought up Cracker Barrel. I don't care about Cracker Barrel. I don't care about the cracker that's on their barrel. I don't care about none of that. I've been telling y'all they are very racist. They are got so many lawsuits, racist lawsuits on how they've been treating black people from the get go. I told you they would say allegedly they would say a coon and they would spit in black people food. So I would never spend no money in no Cracker Barrel. I would never even go into their little gift shops. I don't want to sit on their little rocking chairs on the porch. Cracker Barrel and I told you last time they can roll their tail away. They always been that way. They ain't gonna change. I know people got to work in these places to keep a job, but look how they treating you. There's no possible way I would ever go back to no Cracker Barrel and try to work there. I work at a grocery store or anywhere before I go back to Cracker Barrel, especially you taking all that abuse. There's no way. Like y'all said, they said it to the right person. You ain't said it to you said it to the right person because you said it to the wrong person. I'm surprised they even got teeth. But like I said, I don't like Cracker Barrel. They've been racist from the get go. And if you understood what their names stand for, which I'm not gonna say it on your channel, Diva, because I respect you too much. But no, I would never go there. That's all I got.
Oh, Wayne, your thoughts?
Well, Dee, I got to confess, I'm originally from the DMV.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've been in the military, I've been in a couple places, I never even heard of no Cracker Barrel until I got to Florida. And as far as, like, the history behind it, I didn't know that. Because I think I had breakfast at Cracker Barrel the other week. So, and now I'm like, oh my God, because now that I know this, and I feel like I've been sitting up in there in Cracker Barrel, eating on their food, and now I know these racial overtones behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you know how when we boycott, certain places like that. Well, right there across from Cracker Barrel, Target has this huge super center, super duper, probably the biggest one in America. And they haven't opened up yet. So I'm wondering what kind of, because we've been, our blacks have been boycotting them and it's worked very well. So I'm wondering how their grand opening is going to go. But this woman, I'm hoping that the only reason she wants to go back is to laugh in their face and quit. Because if she thinks she's going to go back and things are going to be different, they may not say it to your face, but it's all behind your back. It's not even worth it. I don't know if she's one of these turn your left cheek, turn your right cheek, or whatever. But it's nowhere in the world I could have endured those kind of stuff. Actually, if it hadn't been for YouTube and things, I have not really seen that kind of engagement. I wasn't raised around it, and I just, even growing up, I really haven't seen their hardcore racism like that. And I know it's there, and I know people are like that, but I'm just saying, I just haven't seen it. So I couldn't imagine somebody saying that to me. Somebody said something on my job, and it was the assistant manager. I told them, shut up and get out my face. And they said something again. I said, shut up and get out my face. And they left. Because it was something they said to me, and I'm like, no. So that's why I said, it couldn't be me. Not with that kind, it just couldn't be me. That's it.
Yeah, you know what I'm starting to think? Some people they so abused that they don't even really realize how abused they are. To think that you're suing just to get your job back pay and all that, just to go back to this abuse. Oh God, I would never. And the supervisor told you to your face, I don't like black people. Why would you want to go back to a job like that? And they fired you once because you complained? You think you're going to sue and you would get your job back? You think it would be better? It would be even worse. People calling you burnt biscuit, the N-word. I wouldn't want to go back to that. I think she needs therapy, and I'm saying this respectfully. Because for you to think that that's all you worth, I would be suing them for every dime they had, and I would never go back to an environment like that. But listen, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit it on the way out. I'm going to stay connected to see what happens to this 9-year-old. Tyler Perry did not answer this lawsuit yet. And see, I will say this. My thing is, if I'm innocent, I'm going to have my lawyer on it right away. Let's be fine right now. Let's get to it. But I think there's something to these text messages. And maybe he has to be aware to make sure don't nobody else come up and say nothing either. It's a mess. And then the Cracker Barrel, I'm gonna follow her lawsuit. Yes, that's what it is. Flip the script. Yeah, he was the employer. It's not a good look. Anyway, guys, hit the like button. See y'all tomorrow night for trending topics. Choo choo.
Choo choo.